Florida, there are a couple of kinds of different divorces that you can file. The one that I get the most questions about is an uncontested divorce. So an uncontested divorce means that you and your spouse have agreed on all issues. So that would include child support, alimony, attorney's fees, and the time sharing with your kids. That divorce is usually filed by agreement, so both you and your spouse need to sign the agreement, and then we would file it with the court. It gets a case number, and then we issue what's called a final judgment. So that divorce usually does not require us to actually verify the financials, because those are all agreed on by the spouses before we file. So you would get what's called a financial affidavit. You and your spouse need to both fill that out. However, I am not required to verify those numbers with mandatory disclosure. So the difference is, with a contested divorce, we would file your petition first, or if you're actually the respondent, we would file your counter petition, and then we would go through the regular process, which includes something called mandatory disclosure of financials. And so that includes an exchange and disclosure of bank accounts, tax returns, pay stubs, just to name a few things. And so in that process, your spouse and you are required to give those documents to each other. And so the attorney's job is usually to verify that all of the numbers for income and expenses are actually correct on your financial affidavit. And so with the second process, you do have peace of mind that everything that's being divided, assets and debts, is actually what's really supposed to be divided. Versus uncontested, you guys just come to that agreement. And so me as the attorney, I usually am telling my clients, like, I trust that you're okay with this. Like, you're not going to want me to do additional disclosure. And so if you think that your spouse is hiding assets or hiding debt or making way more money than you know about so that you can get more child support, right, or more alimony, let's say, then I do not usually recommend that we file for an uncontested divorce. If you need help determining which process is better for you, uncontested versus contested, C. Alvarez Law is here to help you through every step of the way.